Welcome back to Nada Hooks. My name is Jesse Morrison. I've got something crazy. You guys have to see this setup that is just on fire this year. It's on fire in the Columbia and a lot of the tributaries. I don't know why, but the Coho and the Chinook are just going crazy for this spinner setup. You can buy some pre-made ones in the store, but I've had really good luck building my own. And it's just, I don't know why they're hitting it, but they can't get enough of it. This year, I'm telling you, this is where it's at, and maybe next year, hopefully, it's the same thing, so you already have it set up, and you'll be on top of it from day one. Let's get into it. This is awesome. All right, let's get into it. So down here, I have two 2/0 hooks with beads, and I did an egg loop knot on each of the shanks of these guys, into a couple other beads, into some tubing. And I like this tubing because I can put scent in there. It seems to stay longer. Into some more beads, and then into a 3.5 Colorado blade, excuse me, and this quick release blade holder here. So I will get into this, and I'll tell you why I like this over these right here in a minute. And then I have usually about a 20 to 40 pound leader, depending on which area you're fishing, into a Brad 6 bead chain. All right, let's get into the business end of this thing. So I already pre-built this hook on there. Like I said, this is a 2/0. You can go 3/0 too, with an egg loop on this thing. Check out my other videos. I have one out there on how to build an egg loop knot. Check it out. I'll show you how to do it. So you start with that on the very bottom, and then like I said, you kind of look at this. I'll go with, a couple beads. You can change your coloration on this, or if you'd like some kind of other color, or you want to experiment, go for it. There's no wrong way of doing this. Just try stuff. You never know what's gonna happen. I just tried stuff, and then it worked out for me. So yeah. So I put 2 beads on here, and then I go with the next hook. You just run the shank the same direction down, and I usually, for separation, I usually run it, I don't know, it's usually about 4 fingers. I got pretty big fingers, so I'd say that's about 4 inches, something like that. So run about 4 inches or so for your hook offset from one another, and you want to do another egg loop knot on this one too. A lot of people, they want the hooks the same direction. I personally don't care, because I think if it's different than the first one, well, maybe the fish might be biting at a different angle and it might give you an edge. I don't know. That seems to be working for me, so I just put them on. I'm not too crazy on making sure they're at the same angle as each other. But like I said, check out my other video on how to do a egg loop knot or a mooching rig knot, which will show you how to do 2 hooks at once, and you'll see how I'm tying this. But it's a pretty cool knot. I really like it. It's very versatile. I use it with a lot of my fishing setup, and the fish don't get off. I haven't had any even break at my knot, so I know that it's a strong knot. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Like I said, these may alternate, they may be the same direction, it doesn't matter. So then if you go back to the one I built, I usually do a big bead right at the top of the second hook, and that gives it a little weight, so it drags in the water a little bit. And then I kind of try and follow the colors of what I'm doing here for the Mexican hat. So if you notice, it's like you got like kind of a chartreuse, a green, and an orange and whatnot. So I'm kind of trying to emulate that through my beads on the actual tackle here. So do that. I do a green. Woo! Okay. See, it's like a jumping Mexican jumping bean. Okay, so now this tubing, like I said, it's just basically the same tubing you can almost get for slingshots and whatnot. but this is a flame color. Doesn't really matter. I like using this because when I put my scents on my hookup, it seems to store more in this tube, and that's the main reason I like it. A lot of times they have this for buffer space, so you don't have to put all these beads on there, but I like this for scent. It holds my scent a lot better. Now if you go back to my pre-built one, I'll on the going forward up the spinner, I'll put another big guy on there, and then I finish it off with this, and then 2 of the green ones. All right, now the fun part. Okay, let's take a look at what we have so far so you guys can see it. We have a 2-aught hook, which I said you can run 3-aught, a couple beads, about 3-4 inch spacing to your next hook, and then you have a larger bead, and then color choice if you want, into the tubing, into some more beads, and then, like I said, this is the traditional way of holding the spinner. These 2 eyes, they go through your line, and then the blade holds onto this horseshoe right here. This is a new one. I like these because you can switch out your spinners. So if you have loose 3.5s off to the side, if you don't like this color, you just switch this one out to another one, and I'll show you how to do that after we build it. So you put this on there with the open end facing towards your actual gear, like so. Just like that, the open end's towards the top. You don't want it towards the bottom, because when the water's dragging, it can come out. But if it's like this, I've never lost a blade on this, believe it or not. You think that, oh, you could lose a blade, or you could have problems while you're fishing, and now you're fishing without a blade. Never had that problem ever happen. It's always been really good, and it works. So, okay, going to the top end of the business, you're gonna have a Brad 6 bead chain, and I like these because basically you have 6 points where it can spin in the water. So if one fails, you have 5 other spots. It won't fail. Otherwise, all of your line's gonna get all rounded up and just basically just looped up into knots, and you won't be able to use your gear again. So that way it keeps it nice and clean without getting it too messed up. Okay, so I just do a uni knot towards this. There's videos on that too. It's a pretty basic knot. Boop. Get it wet. You always gotta get it wet. And trim off the ends. Okay, so that's it without your blade on. Let's throw a blade on. Let's go with this pink guy here. Like I said, you have this plastic piece. If you look at this, there's a little slot in here. This blade, if I can get it, this is a new one, they're kind of tricky. And I have big fingers. Oh my God, there we go. It goes in there, boom. And now you have your setup. So like I said, if you're fishing, you're like, man, this is not attracting them. All right, fine. Take this out. Let's go with blue. Now blue's on. You don't have to take off all your gear to switch out your color. I mean, whoever thought this is freaking a genius. And like I said, I've never lost any of my spinners in the water. You'd think this would fall off and break, but it doesn't. So, I mean, I'm an advocate for this, you know. Feel free. I'd love to get a sponsorship through you guys if you're watching this. I use a lot of you guys' stuff. Same thing with Yakima bait and a couple other companies, but this is just a really cool idea. So when it's going in the water, this is spinning and you have a little bit of flash here. This knocks them dead. And like I said, this has been the color this year. The Mexican hat has just been crushing them. I mean, everyone's jumping on the game of that color. It's the color that's been working this year. Okay, one thing I want to show you that's really cool about this setup is once you have this combination of things with these hooks and whatnot, you can change them for tiger muskie, for bass, for trout. all kinds of different species you can target with this, even pike and stuff. You're just gonna change your hook size and maybe the amount of beads and your length between the two. And then if you're trying to go for like really small trout, you're just gonna have one trailer hook with a couple beads, this tube, and this setup here. I'd keep the 3.5 Colorado blade set up with this spinner, quick detach thing here on this leader. Obviously, you're gonna want to change your leader size. If you're in super clear water, targeting smaller fish, go with a smaller, kind of a lighter fluorocarbon. That way it kind of hides it from a really clear water and stuff. But play around with this combination, check out different colors and stuff, see what works. But like I said, try this out, throw it out there. It is just an amazing setup. You guys are gonna have great success with this, and I hope it just knocks it dead for you guys. It's been lights out for me this year. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like the content on this and other videos that I have, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like, comment, thumbs up, whatever you guys have. I have lots more content coming here pretty soon, but thanks again. I'll see you guys on the water.
Action.
Thanks for watching.
Action.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Take it off.
Hey!